How's it going, everybody? My name is Zach Calvin if you're new to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be powder coating. So if you're new to the channel, this is my 2014 Camaro SS. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I apologize for the garage. Kind of in the moving in phase, so that's the reason for the mess. But I made a boo-boo, and I broke some parts, as you can see. And I'm waiting for some parts to come in, but because of coronavirus, things are kind of getting held up at customs. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the lower control arm and go ahead and powder coat it. So the two things that I got was this toaster oven, because powder coating is electromagnetically charged powder that's applied to the metal. Then you need to bake it to cure it. So I got this dual voltage powder coating system from Eastwood. I think it was like 40 bucks. It comes with a gun and some powder. So we got the powder gun, we got the powder. As you can see, it's got its little high voltage system in there. This was, I want to say, $40 from Eastwood, and this was $60 from Walmart. So for 100 bucks, I'm going to go ahead and try to powder coat things myself. All right, so I have the lower control arm all taken apart. Now, full disclosure, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, but I do know that prep is key. So we're gonna go ahead and strip the paint that's on there now. Somebody come get her. Just kidding. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray that, let it set for about 15 minutes, and then I might do a wire wheel just for good measure, but then we're gonna start with the powder. I got carried away. All right, now we're gonna let it set for about 15 minutes. All right, so as you can see, the paint is bubbling up, so that means it's good to be scrubbed off. I'm just gonna use Scotch-Brite scrubber, and that should take it off. I think I said this already, but if I didn't, make sure you're using some chemical-resistant gloves. Really, you should be wearing a mask or something too, because you definitely don't wanna breathe this stuff. It is pretty toxic, just like my ex. All right, so this one I started to scrub, but I might have needed to let it sit a little longer because it is not coming off. I'm gonna take the wire wheel to that one. Let's see how this one comes. That's a little better. Still kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, the wire wheel might be the move here. Sure enough. All right. Let's just go ahead and get the wire wheel. All right, everything is wire wheeled. Now I'm gonna just spray it off one more time with brake clean. Kind of defeated the purpose of that. Okay, so we have the lower control arm parts all cleaned. As you can see, there's no remaining paint. Took the wire wheel and cleaned it all up, sprayed it with brake clean, and now I have them hanging with just some s'more sticks. Now we're gonna go ahead and powder coat them. So this kit has the instructions on the front. Step 1 is to clean it. We just did that. Step 2 is to coat it. That's what we're gonna do now. And then step 3 is to cure it for about 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm first gonna coat it with this gray. Probably gonna do 1 or 2 coats of that. And then I'm gonna do some coats of this blue. All right, we got our powder gun hooked up. We're gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 400 because it needs to essentially bake right after you're done powder coating it. That way it can cure. So we're gonna preheat that oven to 400, and then it needs to bake for 20 minutes. All right, so we got one in there baking right now, and then I just wrapped up this one. This is the ground wire. I don't know if I talked about that. You got to connect it to the piece that you're powder coating, or if you're hanging using any metal, you can connect it to that. I'm using wood, so I need to connect it directly to it. But this is the first base coat. Then I'm gonna put on it's like a sparkly blue. So I'm baking it partially right now for 10 minutes with the gray. Then I'm going to apply the blue and put it back in and bake it for 20 minutes. Okay, look at that sexy piece of art. That's crazy. Let me show you the difference again. So this is uncured, and as you can see, it's almost like a flat gray. And then this baby has been in there for about 15 minutes. And look how pretty. And then I'm gonna put blue over that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out now. And we're gonna go ahead and put the other one in. And then I'm going to apply the blue powder to this one. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and spray the blue. So I'd say the finished product came out really good for my first time. These lower control arms are gonna be for sale very soon, along with angle kit for 5th gen Camaros. I've got more information on that coming out soon. Some things I love about these control arms, they're adjustable while on the car, so you can make alignment changes on the fly. They're 25 pounds lighter than the factory setup, so that doesn't sound like a big deal, but 50 pounds total, right? So driver's side and passenger side of unsprung weight is the equivalent to about 200 pounds of sprung weight. So you truly are making a huge difference by switching over to the setup. I'm going to be running titanium hardware on all of mine, just for the flex, to be completely honest. But for my first time overall, I think I did pretty decent for the powder coating. Definitely some things I would do differently. I would apply powder a little more heavily, and I would change the way in which I grounded it, because again, you can see no powder is there because that's where I ran my ground wire. So hope you guys like this video. Go ahead and try to powder coat. I'm gonna put the link in the description for the powder coat kit that I used. Please make sure you subscribe while you're here. Thanks for watching.